Except you got a nicer shirt than I do.
I read the news today, a 2-bit expose of the same old story that I heard yesterday. Yeah, it goes the headlines, man. They all just go to plan. They're framed and fixed and rigged, and you know they're all just spam. So buckle down, plug right in. It crawls its way under your skin. Just got by from the things they spout, and it won't make you shout. Give me that good news, because I'm tired of the same old shit.
I just listened to the song.
I was just going to say, I was going for the whole song, and I was just going to ask you, what are we waiting for? Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to The Grounds with Giles and Jones. I'm Giles. He's Jones.
Hey, hey.
Hey, one of the most unique shows on the internet.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? We talk about pretty much anything from peanut butter to politics, but no politics.
That's right. No politics. And of course, if you're watching and you want to be part of the show out there, social media land, this is the most unique show 216 The Net has. Uncle Pete's got it out there. Just take a look. StreamYard / blah, blah, blah. Put that in your URL and just be part. Come right on. Be part of this show. We want to hear your voice. We want to see your face, especially if you have a good face for radio.
Yeah. So is it unique because you and I are unique, or because they can actually join us?
Because they can actually be part of this show. Of course, brought to you through the financial support of
Fantasy Factory Romantic Boutique here in McHenry at 818 Front Street.
That's it.
Yeah, stop by, see us, or give us a call.
Relationship enhancement. Also, by the way, voted best of the Fox for
2022.
And it's what kind of store?
An adult relationship. Specialty store.
Followed up by our good friends over at Reese's Barkery and Boutique, a boutique of animal
supplies. Anything you need for your pet supplies, cat and dog.
Health
That's
food.
Yep. All good, healthy food, natural food, raw food. You know,
Absolutely.
and always the toys and the leashes, the collars.
Also voted best of the Fox
was Cannabis. Yep. Yeah, we actually trifected this year.
And Cannabis as well.
Cannabis
so all
CBD
three
shop.
Of your businesses, all three of the retail businesses voted best in the area.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
That is exciting.
It is unbelievably exciting. It actually made me cry like a baby when that came out.
All right, it means that much to you.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow,
making me a little choked up right now.
Yeah,
it's. There's a lot of work that goes into it. You know what I mean? You deal with the public on the banking side. You know, so running 3 retail establishments is no easy feat. You know, so I have to really throw props out there to all of our retail rock stars that help us make it possible. And of course, my family, you know, we put a lot of effort into it. So we appreciate everybody that does, come out and see us and use our stores. We really appreciate all those people that voted for us. We really appreciate you. So thank you, everybody out there. Like I said, it just chokes me up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Now, does that earn you earn money for that?
We don't. No, just street cred, right?
So you get a little thing that you can magnet to the front of your refrigerator.
Magnet to the front of your refrigerator. I think that's it. Yep. Yeah. I think we get a write up in the Northwest Herald. On the website, they do have banners they put up, but aside from that, it really just reaffirms that all the hard work that we're doing is worth it. That we're getting ourselves out there, we're getting customers out there, we're helping people out with the needs that they have in our stores. So, it's exciting. It's humbling as well.
And for all you people who didn't vote for 216 Net, fuck you. No, I don't
even know if there's a category on there. To be honest,
probably not a category. Very unique, right?
Yeah, it is. Well, it is unique. 216 The Net is unique, and I'm sure that being on here and advertising with you guys and having these shows did not hurt us one bit.
Even when they do and we win, I still don't think I will cry.
Well, you're not a baby like me, so that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
It's for me, we're right. It is emotional because this is a dream. This has been a passion to of the family to grow a couple unique individual businesses,
Yeah.
to serve our community and to be able to give back to the community. Because if we don't prosper, we can't give back, and we try to give back as much as we can.
Don says his vote for 216 from Texas was rejected. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, for me, it is emotional. I mean, I'm not a very emotional guy generally, but
They stole this from me.
when everything's coming to plan,
Voter fraud.
Yeah, let's check the tally on
Yeah.
that one. That'd be interesting to actually know how many votes. That was one thing we've talked about. How many votes did we get? How many votes did we beat the other people by, and who are our competition? Like for fantasy, who is our competition?
So what happens then when you find out that it was just your son spending 18 hours a day
Yeah,
just hitting vote? Do you cry then?
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Right. No, you can only vote one time per day. Per
IP address.
per IP. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's per IP address or.
I'm trying. Listen, I am proud as a peacock. I'm busting your chops. I absolutely. It's very, very exciting.
Was that NBC? Proud as a peacock.
What's that?
Wasn't that Proud as a Peacock?
Yeah,
was
yeah,
NBC?
NBC's Peacock, yeah.
You should see the plume of him right now. He's so excited for us.
No, I am. And if you're in this area, that is a huge honor because it is voted on by public. It's not just voted on by just business owners, but it's the public.
Right. It's the entire McHenry. Well, I'm sure it's more than McHenry County.
It's a big deal here, and congratulations. And as I would just like to say, earlier in the year, those three businesses did enter into a relationship with DDOE Enterprises on advertising. So look what 216 Net and DDOE can do for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you helped push us over the top, right? Hey,
you never know.
You never know, and that's why I say it'd be nice. It'd be nice to know
helps.
how that is, but and we do appreciate that we're able to advertise with you guys, and obviously I love having the show, being here with you all the time. So appreciate everyone out there in listener land for listening to us and tuning in and helping us grow.
Yeah. Thanks,
216 and for the stores. Yeah. Well, Kent, as a business owner, it's not an easy gig. Sometimes there's a lot of thankless hours. There's a lot of thankless hours. So I mean, and that for me with the businesses, when it comes to something like that, it's like wow, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. All the little arguments and long hours and days and so
Don, what's on your mind this morning? What do you got cooking? What's going on? How about you? What's on your mind? I didn't have anything for today. I just said today ...
Oh, is that? Oh, that's our. Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I didn't have anything. What do you want to talk about?
Success. What it mean? Hey, we were just
success.
talking.
Talk about success. Let's run down that. hole.
We don't go down that rabbit hole. No, but I mean, we were just kind of talking about the stores and all that. I mean, and you're talking about me getting emotional, and that was a childhood dream for me. You know what I mean? We talked last week a little bit, about the inner child in you, and I mean, for me, it was always a childhood dream to own a business and to be recognized for standing out in your specific industry. I mean, so for me, that's huge. I mean, it's not like when I was growing up, I said this is the industry I wanted to be in, but I've gravitated to them. They've all spoken to me in one way, form, or another. So I'm satisfying. I think. Well, is there actually we talk about? Is there anything of satisfied?
A goal achieved no longer motivates. Now what? Sell them, get rid of them.
Yep, that's it. I've got to the top. Sell them. But so if anyone's looking to buy any small retail businesses here in McHenry, give me a call.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Right. When a lot of people do that, they'll take a business, they'll build it.
What happens next year when you don't win this award?
I just keep going, keep moving forward. The same.
You're gonna cry again because you're
mad cry because I lost it
and fire a bunch of people or what?
Yeah, right.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, only time will tell with that. We don't know what tomorrow brings. I know what I try to make tomorrow bring, but we don't know. We try to plan, our best.
Let's talk about Scott's emotions.
Well, we kind of are.
So it is a great accolade, and you're telling me that was one of your goals was to be the best of the Fox.
No, I had no clue what the best of the Fox was when I was a kid.
Right, but
that's something
when you
that came
opened
up.
These stores, that was
part
Part of your business plan, part of your goal, part of your dream.
Well, that was one of the things that we had seen because it was trying to think who. Alden's Kennels.
Yeah.
They've gotten it for years and years and years, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. When she explained it to me, I'm like, yeah, hey, we open this business, and that'd be kind of cool to get because you've got to actually really be making some type of impact on your community, which is, as a business owner and as a local resident, you want to help make impact on your community, right? So, I mean, and that was a way. I guess that's a way to show that you are making an impact on your community. So that's something that just came in going, oh, okay, great. Let's do this. Let's build these. But wouldn't it be awesome? And what would it take to become one of the best of the Fox? What really goes into this? Is it like a presidential election where you have no clue where the votes come from?
I don't know.
I don't either. And when you ask people, usually like, well, we don't know. We've got it set up. It goes in and they tallies the numbers.
How much a business historically? So you had talked to Alden Kennels. How much business historically does it increase your business by having that plaque? Or that's
a metric I have no idea how to figure out unless we ask every single customer that comes into the store.
So then really it's grabbing an award such as this is just an ego fuck.
To a certain point, yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain point, yeah. I mean, because hey, I've got it great. Does anybody really care? I mean, are they going to come to my store more because I'm the winner of that award? I don't know. I mean, I'm not that way. I go to a store because I like the people. I go to the store because they have the product I want. I go to the store because, it just fits into what I'm looking for, not because they won something.
Shana says that the award absolutely does influence buying decisions. I've used it on as an informal recommendation. And good morning.
Good morning.
Congrats. Yeah. I mean, he did the trifecta, all three businesses, best of the Fox. What's Bob saying? Good morning, Bob.
True entrepreneur builds a business, helps the community grow, provides jobs, and then moves on to develop another business. Yep. Well, then I guess I'm the quintessential entrepreneur, huh?
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. You're always there's always the chase. A lot of entrepreneurs love the chase. Build it, make it profitable, sell it. Next.
Yeah, I haven't done the sell thing.
It's like hunting, right?
Yeah, I haven't done the sell thing. I mean, obviously that's an interesting concept, and that's something we all are working towards at some point. I mean, I'm not going to work it forever. I'm going to sell pass it down to the kids.
That's really where you make your money is on the exit strategy.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, it is true. I mean, I am definitely the quintessential entrepreneur in the definition for sure because I get them done. Get them, build them, get it rolling, get good people and running behind it, and then I get bored and I'm ready to go find something else and take that next challenge. Like I'm not a person that can sit in the same spot every day, as doing the same thing. For me, it just gets tedious, and I am only got one life to live, and I've only got so many days on this earth. I don't want things to be too routine, too mundane. I want excitement. I want challenge. Yeah, this time around. Yeah, next time around when I come back as a wrestler from WWE or something, it'll be a little bit different. But for now.
Right.
But
so that stamp or certificate in the window, the best of the Foxes, it does obviously influence buying decisions. Personally, I've never paid attention to it. I mean, it hasn't. When I say I haven't paid attention to it, it hasn't influenced me to go, I'm going to shop there instead of there.
Right. So,
but personally,
I don't. Right, and I don't know how many men. I think that's not meant to be disrespectful, but I don't know how many men actually look at their phone, going, "I'm going to go buy some. I'm going to go buy some dog food. Let me look at the local dog food shops and see who's done this." That's just not me. I look for, I'll look at dog food places and be like, "Oh, here they are. This is a family-owned place. I'm going to go here." Right. I'm not going to look generally into their reviews because I think I love the fact that you give reviews, but also sometimes reviews can skew things, right? I want to go in and find out for myself. I want to go in, use the place, unless it's just like the place is a filthy mess or you know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to punch me there. I said it again.
Right.
But I want to find out for myself.
I think a lot of men do. I do. I will read reviews. I'll take a look and if it's a 3-star as opposed to a 4-star, then I'll probably lean towards the 4-star. If a business has nothing but 5-star, I tend to say, no, nobody's perfect. So, yeah, I think they're flushing their own in there or whatever, their own reviews. But, You got to have a good handful of bad and a good handful of good.
See, and that's an interesting way to look at it, because I've never looked at it that way. Because one of the things for my home inspection business is I am actually now I'm like a 4.9, but I've been a 5-star reviewed guy for the longest time, and I never thought about that one. But it's through Yelp that they do that. Sorry, Yelp, you can go ahead and send us a check to 216 to net.
That's it.
Okay, for this free advertising. But so that's one of the things I tout when I talk to customers is this is my review.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think about having a perfect review that you might think it's skewed somewhat.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect, but especially nobody's in the retail perfect. World, right?
No, yeah, anywhere, yeah. So I mean, we're always learning, we're always trying to adapt, we're always trying to, figure out what's next, and that sometimes can be a challenge, and that's where I guess the reviews would come in good. But I didn't really thought about that whole looking it up, thing as far as if there's a big banner in my window, how much more traffic I'm going to get from that. Now you got me intrigued to kind of figure out is there a metric I can figure out? Is there a way that we can measure how many people we got?
Media puts it on. Maybe they've got some. They could tell you over the years that, hey, by hanging this or having this award, it does increase, or
right.
Obviously, people in the area do appreciate that.
Yeah, well, it's going to be on their I know it's on their website and stuff. So how many? See, and that's where I'm a lot different than a lot of people in the world today. Is I don't use my phone probably as much as I should as far as researching things. I just go and do. Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't think about things twice. I don't go and look at a review. If I want to do something, I'm just going to do it, and I'll give you my review on my own. I don't want to see what other people say or do, because it's me. I'm going to have a different experience than somebody else potentially, hopefully.
Yeah. Shayna says the best burger has never let her down. Who's got the best burger around? I don't know if I've ever had a bad burger. I'm just going to throw that out there.
What's the never again list?
Yeah, what's on the never again list?
Go to high school.
As a topic. What's on the never? Well, you're old.
That is a good topic. What's on the never again list? I don't. That's something I got to think about, because I mean, everything that I've done, even the really bad stuff, has led me to where I'm at right now. So it couldn't have been all that bad, right?
Green beans.
Green beans. You don't like green beans?
No, haven't eaten them since probably the 70s.
Yeah,
don't like them. Won't touch them.
Yeah,
they're nasty.
So Shayna, let me ask you, before we had the internet and all this rating and reviewing system, what made you, would that sign being, of the best in the Fox sitting in my window cause you to come in to my place versus the place down the street faster? Or, I mean, I know you said you review it and stuff like that, but I mean, how much weight do people really put on that? I mean,
yeah. Well, Bob says word of mouth is one of the best advertisement vehicles there is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. When you're getting those personal reviews from people and personal recommendations, I mean, that's one reason that we do the farmers markets, right? Because that's a relationship building type event. Yeah, we sell a few things there, but it's a relationship. We're meeting all the local people from around, and you get a chance to really have an intimate conversation with them. When you're in the store, it's a little bit harder because it's a little bit busier in the store sometimes, where you don't ever want to make somebody not feel important, but you have to get them what they need and, service the other customers. So, getting out there and talking to people one-on-one and just showing them that you're human, and sitting out there listening to some music, which if you never go out there on Thursday nights to Pearl Street Market, they got a good time out there. Lots of good music, food.
Oh, there's
people.
Yeah, there's more and more. There's because of the supply chain, food shortages, things like that. There's more and more people utilizing farmers markets, utilizing gardens in their own backyard, things of that nature.
Yeah. Well, with that supply chain thing that you say, that's one thing I was thinking. I was asking people the other day. Can you think of the one industry that the supply chain has not hurt?
Right here, 21.6 a minute.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
You don't.
This
What are you buying from the supply chain that would change your business?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The supply chain hasn't affected.
Well, so it's
you asked.
Okay. All right.
What is affected?
I think one of the things that has not affected. Well, all right. So when you're buying and selling a product,
okay,
the supply chain.
I don't know.
My thought is, and I'm just wondering what you're thinking, I never heard anybody or any stores or anything saying that their liquor sales or that they couldn't get liquor.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard any shortages on that one other than Russian vodka lately.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Haven't drank all year, so
by the way, give you props on that one.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Holding tight. You don't know that's not one of your surveys?
No, yeah. Well, if I don't have interest in it, it's not like
Right.
I haven't bought alcohol, so I can't tell you if there's a shortage or not a shortage.
Right.
You know, toilet paper hasn't been shorted out this year, has it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
But I did
yeah.
do a job the other day where I think the lady bought half of it. She had a garage full of toilet paper and paper
Yeah.
towels. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to think about that. One is the not to do, never to do again list. You know,
Never to do again list is green beans.
what's up? Yeah, what's up? What do you say? What do you say on that one, Shane? What's on your never to do list?
I don't know. For me, I don't know if there's ever not a never to do. I kind of will try something all the time.
Oh,
I don't like. I don't eat Big Macs. I've had 3 bad episodes with Big Mac. So Big Mac. I mean, the never to do list. I think for me is always food. Some
I was
sort
going
of
to say
food.
food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't. Yeah.
I think she was talking like business or. I'm not sure
I
if
don't
she's
know,
just having that general.
never to do.
Never to do.
Yeah. For me, it'd be food. I'll try anything, couple, 2 or 3 times.
You have to, because you can't just give it one try. I mean, just like a store as well. You know, you can't just let one, unless it's just horrible. But I mean, you know, like some people go to a restaurant, you know, and their first experience wasn't great. Well, it could have been a bad day for the chef, could have been a bad day for the server, whatever. So I'm gonna actually ponder that never do again list, though.
There you go. Think about it and come back to it.
Shayna, what is she?
Timeshare. She says never do a timeshare again.
See, I don't know. I've got a great one that I've had since 1995. I don't.
You've got a timeshare out in Vail?
No, mine's actually in Austria.
Austria,
but I pay $75 to exchange it anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world that I want to go, and it's great. I got 2 weeks. I mean,
when was the last time you used both weeks?
Every year. Well, I didn't use both of them last year because of why didn't we use them?
That's why I asked.
Oh, because what the hell did I can't even think. I'll have to come back to that one. Hold off on that one. But last year was actually the first year that we didn't use both weeks. Because we usually bust it up. Like my son and I we go out to Colorado in the winter and ski. That's 1 week. And then we'll go on spring break. We'll go to Mexico. But I'm trying to think why we didn't go to Mexico last year.
I don't know. There was a wall keeping you out.
There was a wall keeping me out. No, I don't know. But yeah, we normally use it. That was actually one of the best things I ever did. And I'm in one of those packages where they want to buy me out because I've got such a good deal. You know, they want to switch me over to whatever. Now it's points instead of weeks, and it's like, no, I'll just stick with what I got. Yeah. I'm grandfathered in. You can't change me no matter how many free vacations you offer me because it will start to go crazy. Because some of them are horrible. Yeah. So that's a good one. No timeshares ever again because those are bad. Now they got the companies that can get you out of them. That's the new business. We'll get you out of your timeshare.
Well, yeah, there's a lawyer for everything, for crying out loud.
That is true.
They'll dig and find something somewhere. Yeah.
So
hey, Keith, how are you, brother? Good morning. Glad to have you with us. Keith, of course, one of the hosts of the Dream Home Experts.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. What's up, buddy? How are you?
That's and of course you can catch them right here, 21.6 at 8 p.m. on Fridays.
Is it Friday night?
Live every other, but yeah, you can tune in and catch their show every Friday at 8 p.m.
Need to learn anything about your homes? That's the store. That's the show.
Dream Home Experts. They got it all: the good, the bad, the ugly.
There's a little bit of that.
We won't say which one Keith is. All right, I kid.
So Shane, I saw your comment. You said you're thinking about doing a timeshare for traveling nurses. What does it say? Wow Bank.
Temporary.
Right. Housing. Offering temporary housing for traveling nurses. You talking like an Airbnb for nurses type of thing in your house, or that's an interesting concept.
Traveling nurses right now is one of the hottest and best paid occupations out there.
Is it really?
Yeah. And these nurses are just making bank. So instead of me working across the street at Northwestern Hospital as a nurse, I might get paid $20 an hour. I don't know. I'm
just
$20 an hour, and I work there 40 to 80 hours of however nurses work a shit ton of hours, and. But if I say, you know what, I'm going to be a traveling nurse and I leave Illinois and I go up to Milwaukee and I sign a contract with Milwaukee. Could be Northwestern again, right? I don't know, just same hospital or whatever. But because I'm a traveling nurse, I get paid like $40 an hour.
Right.
But
well, they're disrupting your life.
But I sign a 3-month contract. So what she's saying is creating housing or having temporary housing where, hey, no problem. You're going to come in for 3 months, a short-term lease or like an Airbnb type thing, because they need places to live. And, if you have a place where you could house, 3-4 nurses that are traveling, work with your hospitals, you're going to be rolling in the fat cash. That's a brilliant business idea.
Shana, we should talk. That's a good one. We could probably accommodate that.
Yeah. Shana says, I'll never do extended warranties again either. I don't know. I like the extended warranties.
Depends on who you get them from, though.
That's right.
If it's a factory warranty, good. And there are some extended, companies out there that are still reputable. Not the ones that call you all the time telling you it's expired.
Well, right. Yeah. If you take a look at her business idea there for the temporary housing for traveling nurses, it's really not a bad gig. It's not like they're going to trash the place.
Right.
Because they
would probably think they're clean.
Yeah. Well,
somewhat,
maybe not, but nonetheless, I think that would work out pretty slick. I think it's brilliant.
There's the next business model.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
All right, so I'm going to sell all 3 stores now, folks, and I'm going to become a housing for nurses.
Yeah, traveling nurses. And if you think about it, you just go to the hospitals and just say, "Listen, I've got this home. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. I can house 4 traveling nurses.
Here's what you pay a month.
So when you get them,
send them your way.
Everyone gets vetted to be a nurse, so that there's a benefit there too. Yeah, absolutely. That could be just a brilliant idea. Get a couple of the little, buy a couple of little condos over here at Shamrock. Bing, bang, boom.
There you go.
Zippity doo.
I didn't even know that they were doing that. I mean, the nurse I know there's a nurse shortage, but I didn't realize that they were traveling so much. If there's a shortage,
and daughter are nurses.
Yeah, but they're not in the industry anymore.
Yeah, that's why they're doing housing. Bing, bang, boom. They know.
There you go. I need to get deeper into it.
Who would you rather rent from?
Right.
Some guy who sells dildos or a nurse
that sells dildos.
There you're right.
So that's sexist there, right there, huh?
I'm just saying.
It is the truth, though. They look at me and go, "Oh, I don't want him," but your wife, she's fine.
Yeah, she's a nurse.
She's a nurse. She gets it. She understands. So,
and she, hey, I love the idea.
I do too. That's a pretty good idea. Stop talking about it now, so no one listens.
I think it's fantastic.
Forget that. Scratch. We got to rewind this whole tape so we don't air it live anymore.
Brilliant idea. Yeah. Absolutely. Of course, we're at the right around the bottom of the hour, a little bit in front of it, but you're stuck in the net right here, 21.6 the net. Big day, all day today. Of course, at 9, we've got bridging civil tension. A lot of good civil tension going on there. We're going to have Tony, our guy Tony from the Reject Rundown. He'll be in studio with Phil and myself on bridging civil tension. And then we roll in. Mary Shep's back at 11.
Oh, is she back up? Good.
Back at 11 with a new series,
Living Low Sodium,
which is great. Living Low Sodium with Mary Shep. Her new series coming up, which is also fantastic. And then at 1, we've got the Neighborhood Pulse with Kevin Colbeck. At 3, we've got In the Know with Steph and Joe. Just a jam-packed day, so stick around. It's absolutely great. And of course, 8, not a brand new show, but of course, 8 o'clock out there, we've got our good friends, the Dream Home Experts. So good stuff on Friday, always. And of course, this show, The Grounds, brought to you through the financial support of our good friends over at
Fantasy Factory Romantic Boutique at 818 Front Street in McHenry, or 815-385-7399. Give us a call, stop by, or shop online at www.mchenryil. Okay, it is true. Relationship. It is a relationship enhancement store. It's funny though, because when everybody's, "What do you do?" and then it's like, "Oh, he sells a dildo shop." It's like, well, no, we have dildos, but it's not a dildo shop, right? I mean, and I want, to be a little classier, because that's what it is. I mean, having a good, solid relationship with your significant other is important.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need some help, I mean, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
A little fun, a little different. So stop by, see us, call us. or you can order online anytime, guys. We really appreciate everybody out there.
Yeah. I think it's wonderful.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
And they've
Help
got
people
good
out.
gag gifts over there too.
Yeah,
And when I
shitload of-
say gag, like joke.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. Different section.
Right. That's a different section. So they have fun stuff for parties and humorous gifts and
Yeah, bachelorette parties and just
that's
humor
great.
stuff. Yep.
The tracks get the best. Yeah, well, I've never had a bad burger at the
Over in
tracks,
Cary?
for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. You
Yep.
need to. It was well deserved. Good place there. Good people run it. I love it.
And it'd be nice. I've met the owner over there too. I mean, they're pretty nice people too. And I don't know if they've got anything like that over there in Cary, as far as something like they're considered McHenry County, aren't they? I forget which county they're in, dude. I missed the lines. I missed the lines. Hey, come on now. So, but
Lord.
yes, sir. Can I help you?
Yeah, so don't get in. If Scott's driving, don't get in.
Oh no, I'll get you there.
We're going down to Florida. Scott, we're in Cary, Illinois.
Hey, I never said I was smart. I just work really hard and I work smart, but not intelligent. There you go.
Yeah, they do have something like the best of the Fox
because they are in McHenry County. Hey, come on now.
Oh Lord,
Kent.
That's funny right there.
If you weren't in another room, I'd kick you.
That's right.
Don't let the screen, if you're watching us, we're really not sitting together.
That was one of the best lines of the year right there. I think that deserves best of the Fox. They should have something like the best of the Fox.
I said, I wonder if they do. I thought they were Lake County. I don't know why I was thinking they were Lake County over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
And the Fox, of course, is the river
that goes right through Cary. Yeah.
This area.
Yeah.
That's the Fox River Valley, I think, is what they're looking for. What music is playing when you start your vehicle?
Hell, I don't know. Whatever's on the radio.
All right. So here is what I will say to that. Absolutely nothing. I am the guy, like, I turn off the air conditioning or the heat. I turn off the radio. I turn everything off. So at a cold start, it's not hammering everything. Everything is off in my vehicle. Every time I stop, I turn everything off before I turn the car off. Every time.
I'm looking at him in amazement, like, what?
Yeah. So,
okay. Don't understand it, but that's fine. That's your gig. That's what works for you.
That's what I do.
You don't want to stress out the Toyota's battery, huh?
So it's not a hard start. Because a lot of times...
What if your car wants to listen to music? Maybe it soothes it.
The last thing I need when I get in is something like... Bah!
Oh, well, yeah, I get that.
And everything blowing at you. I like to get in, turn it on, listen to it, make sure she's humming right.
I mean, I do turn down my radio before I get out. But
yeah.
That's an interesting question, Shayna. That is an interesting question.
I've heard of
your kind, from a different planet.
And I get on. I tell my wife all the time. I tell my kids, turn it off. Just turn everything off.
Why are you telling your kids how to live their life? Let them be kids.
Just turn it off. That's it.
Maybe they want it cranked up.
Radio set on one station really depends for me. 21.6 the net, of course.
I don't get that on my radio. Yeah,
the Bluetooth, because we got that nice Google app. Yeah. We're working on an Apple app, so you can have it and stream it as well. Depends on the day. I listen to a ton of talk radio.
I was going to say must listen to AM radio.
And the reason that I listen to a lot of talk radio is because that's what I do. And I listen to how other hosts ask questions and keep the show moving. I listen to and catch a lot of errors now because when you're in this space, the internet glitches or something like that.
Like if Cary has the best of the Fox, you catch those quick things.
And so what I do is. It depends. Sometimes it'll be on 670, sometimes 780, sometimes 890. Sometimes I'm all over the place. But if I'm listening to music, it's rolling off the Bluetooth and
Right.
playlists from Pandora and Spotify, things like that. And the song that our intro music for this show is one we absolutely love too. It's called "Good News" by Naked Animals.
Yeah, and that was actually Pete found that, didn't he?
No,
that was you.
Yeah.
Well, I am so sorry, sir. I am not giving you enough credit for who you are.
No,
for some reason, I thought Pete found it, but it's just a perfect song. It's a perfect intro for this song. It's actually a great song altogether, but I mean, it works great for our little podcast here.
No, I found it because the show was originally you and Pete and I was the producers.
Right.
So I went out and found it.
Right.
Because we're tired of the same old shit.
You remember how the show started? Well, because every Friday, Pete used to have coffee with Pete over at Route 31. And so, anywhere between 10 and 20 guys and ladies as well would meet up for coffee and just talk kind of like the way we do here on the radio. Yeah. Obviously a lot more opinions coming at us. When COVID hit, it kind of like, well, we don't do that no more. And boom, the Grounds was born. Let's do it live. Let's do it live on the radio.
Pete was done. Pete was done with Coffee with Pete when every conversation was about politics.
Oh, I know, it was horrible. It got horrible.
It drove him crazy.
Yep.
And it was great because there was a bunch of old white guys, old conservative white guys sitting around, coming up with plans to save the country. And I would always laugh. Of course, I was there, but it was easy to poke the bear there.
Yes, it was. It was very easy. If you wanted to get something going on over there, rile somebody up, it was real easy,
Yeah.
And me with all my goofy questions, I definitely, but that was good because that turned into what we have today, my friend.
Don says, I am not that old. But you rolled in there too when Don lived up here. Absolutely. It was a great venue. It was a great event. Great friendships were formed, and it was brilliant. But then people started bringing in people who were running for office. Oh, just give them a few minutes, and they get up and I'm like, shut up.
It went away from its original innocent, fun guys getting together to talk about life in the morning, and that's what it was meant to be, and that's what the show really is about, right? Two crazy dudes talking about life. Starting from the ground up, working your way in. I mean, we talk about everything, right?
A little bit of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, look, we were talking about Best of the Fox businesses. Now we're talking about freaking, putting what's on your radio when you get in your car. Yeah. I mean, how do you how do you segue into that?
But that's exactly how good old Uncle Pete. That's what played at that
It's
table.
people, right? Yeah. Well, and that's just being people and being human. Just talking about what's going on, what's in your mind. I mean, just
put this over here.
Somebody's blowing you up this morning. You must be in trouble. You must be in trouble.
Terrible on the microphone.
Oh, I didn't think about that one. Yep.
So, hey, just out of curiosity, how's the volume on these microphones? We're trying a couple different settings over in the producer's booth. Are we soft? I've heard that it's coming across kind of soft.
Oh, that's just me because I'm emotional.
You are very emotional. Weird.
Oh, whoa, wait.
It's weird.
Wait, did your daddy tell you when you're growing up that boys don't cry?
No.
He didn't?
No.
That was a common thing back when I was growing up. You hear all these parents telling their kids, boys don't cry. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So you're just not emotional because you have no feelings.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Truth be told, Don says, the Grounds fills the hole that left by the loss of Fridays with Pete. Yeah. Well, we can't fill that hole. He was a big guy. That's why.
We're taking a stab at it. We're taking a stab at it.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Thanks, Don. Good. Appreciate it.
We're playing with some things, so thank you. What's your exit plan with your business? Do you think about it? Mike is good. Yeah. Absolutely think about it every day. If someone were to come up to me and say, "Hey, here's $250,000." Have a nice life.
Do you want all four mics, or can I keep one?
Right. Let me just take let me take a picture. Let me take this.
Well, and that's
it.
Right. And that's a really interesting question, Shana, because a lot of business owners don't think about that. A lot of business owners get into it for a passion, right? Kind of like I do as far as getting them, building them. They get in it for a passion, but then they get stuck in that run of the mill mundane. They're not looking at the big picture, right? This is what I have to do for a day to day or a week to week to make my paycheck, but why are you doing it? Right. So, I mean, why do we all work? because we have to. But if you're going to work, why not work smart, right? And try to build something that you can sell and be able to, retire, or at least take life a little bit easier, or make your life a little bit financially easier. So a lot of people don't think about that, that, hey, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to try to grow to? I mean, what's my overall plan? It just becomes a day-to-day grind for people instead of looking at the big picture. They get stuck in things, and that can really stifle a lot of people. And that's where I think having the quick, easy boredom role on my part works, because those are things I think about. I mean, why do you buy a business? You get in, you think about where it can go, where it's at right now, how you can get it to that next point, if you can get it to another point, and then getting out. I mean, just like you said with the station, someone comes in and offers you a certain amount of money to get out, you're going to go, right? I mean, you're not married. You're not married to it. You're not married to it. It could allow you more freedom, more time with your wife, your kids, whatever you want to do, spending your time. And, this is fun and enjoyable, but, you also have to think about life isn't just about working. Life is about experiencing and helping and, changing.
Yeah, and Bob says it perfectly. A successful business plan must include an exit plan. Absolutely, it's got to be part of it. Whether sometimes the exit shows up a little bit early, and you end up giving everything back to the bank, and that's happened to me in the past. And you learn and move on. Not all businessmen are entrepreneurs. But the latter is in it for the build game more, I think. So entrepreneurs are in it for the build game, is what you're saying. Businessmen, right? You can run a business, you can manage a business, things like that.
But you can, but you're a businessman. You're not a business owner. So entrepreneurs are business owners.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. So there's a difference. There's a big difference. A businessman can own a business, but a businessman doesn't mean that you're an entrepreneur, right?
Kent's you're golf, but I'm not a golfer.
But like, you're a businessman, you're a mortgage guy, you are a businessman. Yeah. You're, like you've said yourself, you're an intrapreneur, right?
Yeah, I'm probably better at being an intrapreneur.
Right. Someone gives you a challenge inside their business. Yeah. You don't have your nuts, let's say, on the line so much, right? So you're going to take maybe a few more risks because you don't have that ultimate goal. If you fuck up, that you're going to lose everything, right? Yeah, so you can push the wall a little bit, where an entrepreneur has something big to lose.
Yeah, I'm your Labrador Retriever. So somebody's going to shoot that duck. I'm going to swim out and get it.
Here, Kent. Here's your ball. Right? Here's your ball. Yeah.
You're a lion. You're going to go hunt. Nobody's shooting anything for you. You're going to go hunt a gazelle.
That's right, and that's how I eat. Right. It's every day when I'm getting up and chewing on something, or trying to at least stalk. I'm stalking things, right?
Right.
I guess as an entrepreneur, you go through that stalk phase, the kill phase, and I mean,
so I think that's the way that I kind of would say entrepreneur from intrapreneur. Now there are business people out there who are not intrapreneurs. So I'm very creative because I am also an entrepreneur with this business, but I'm very creative with the way that I work inside of a business. And sometimes I irritate the people that I work with because of my creativity and push, get all the way to the corner of the yard, and sit there and stare down the duck when they're trying to get back here, right?
Right. Well, I think that's why a lot of companies will hire somebody like you, though. You know what I mean? Because you're not afraid to push the edge. I mean, I know you well. And I think that, you would do good as on your own. Well, I mean, this is obviously an entrepreneurial venture right here with 216 to net, and, it just takes time, and it takes a lot of dedication. And, I think you do well at it. But I think the businessman versus entrepreneur are two totally different animals.
Absolutely.
Two totally different animals.
100%. I agree 100%. Entrepreneur types move forward to the next. It's a drive that the owner of a successful bakery in town won't feel.
Well, yeah, if they stay, I mean, if you're staying in one, well, I can't even say that, I was going to say, if you're staying in one field, I mean, he could open up another bakery. I mean, you keep moving on to the next one, making it bigger and better. And in some respects, having multiples of the same is a good thing. For whatever reason, I like the diversity, right?
Yeah. So, let's sit here for a minute. She's right. That's a business person and an entrepreneur, right? So I stepped out to create my bakery. All I want is one bakery where like Riverside Bakery down here.
Right.
They're good business people.
Yeah, I just celebrated 50 years.
But it's also an entrepreneurial adventure because it's not that's their business. Right? It's not a franchise. It's not a
right, but it's in
but
that
they don't necessarily want
right. But
four
that's
other bakeries out there.
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily call them an entrepreneur because they're not moving on to the next thing. They are a business owner. They're not a businessman. They're a business owner. Entrepreneur is one that buys, builds, moves, right? Perfects, moves on. A business owner is the person running the day to day. They're the person that's working in their business, not necessarily on their business. Because when you're working on your business, you're growing. When you're working in your business and you're just being the status quo, so to speak, that is not the true definition of an entrepreneur. That is a business owner.
Entrepreneurs are driven by risk and reward, and Alex says, no, you're wrong. That's not the definition of entrepreneur.
Well, what's your definition of entrepreneur, Alex?
And good morning.
And good morning. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, what is your definition?
It's early out there on the West Coast.
Oh, is that where Alex is at? Hey,
Yeah,
good morning. Temecula. All right.
That's it.
All right.
Out there, check him out. Follow him on social media. He's done something pretty brilliant out there with the businesses he's created. You've seen or heard of the Squid Games.
Yeah.
He's done something. He has put together a Squid Games for business. It's kind of really cool.
For what?
For businesses. And check him out. Follow him out there. It's, and if not, go to Prime Media Consulting.
Okay.
Good
right.
stuff. It's cool. It's cool what he's doing. You would like it.
That's awesome.
You would like it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, throw out your definition of entrepreneur. I think I stepped out on my own. I'm not a corporate person. It is my risk, my reward having this one bakery. If it fails, I fail. That's right. Entrepreneur. That's risk and reward. It's not a serial entrepreneur where I have to feel like I have to buy, sell, improve, sell, buy, sell.
Would that be you consider that a serial entrepreneur, the one that has to keep, buy, sell, move on, grow?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a regular entrepreneur is somebody that just holds on.
What do you mean it just holds on?
Well, buys the bakery owner. You're saying okay. if that's part of the definition of entrepreneur, that's they buy, they hold, they run.
That's your definition.
Right. No, that's what I'm asking. And I'm interested as what
right.
Alex's definition.
That's what I'm saying. No, I think the bakery owner is an entrepreneur. It's up to them. They have to know their business inside and out. They don't rely on a corporation to run them, right? Alex says it's merely someone that takes on risk and runs a business. That is the only definition of entrepreneur.
Okay.
A promoter.
Well, that's for sure. You got to have definitely promote what you have. I mean,
right.
That's
so your business model is you own several businesses, right? So that's where a serial killer kills a lot of people, right?
Okay.
So that's why not serial. I mean, he's not
right.
He's not making serial people. What I'm saying is, a serial entrepreneur is
a drive, basically a drive to keep doing.
Is what you do.
Right.
I keep adding. A lot of entrepreneurs, when they get to a certain spot, then start investing their money into different things, whether it's the market or real estate or whatever. To get more.
Have more revenue stream. Well, more revenue streams, and that's why I diversify, right? And that's probably what a lot of those guys will do too. Is they'll take the profits made. Hopefully, they're taking profits. I've talked to a few people that own small businesses, and actually, this is a question for anybody, and I'll throw it out there and see if we get it. What is the one biggest mistake that a small business owner makes when it comes to running their business? I'm going to give it a few minutes, see if anyone can chime in on that one, because you'd be actually really surprised at what it is. Basically, knowing what we do and why we do things, right? So, but I would take serial entrepreneur in that respect because I'm jumping forward and doing something different.
Yeah, a risk analyst that plays with their own money.
I like that, risk analyst. Yeah. Well, yeah, and they're generally playing with your own money. I mean, an entrepreneur can still be taking money from other people, but I mean, we bootstrap everything um, with all the businesses we have. We've done it all on our own. We don't have any outside investors or anything like that. You're still an entrepreneur if you take on, investors. It's just now you have to answer to somebody else other than yourself and your significant partner. So, which can be tough.
Yeah. She says one is failing to LLC.
Yeah.
And what I was about to say, a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. That must come from, as he's got quotes on there.
I was going to say it's coming from the dictionary,
from Wikipedia or something.
So yeah, so that's a good description for sure. I leave it in there because I can't read it when you put it on the screen. It gets so small.
No, I look at the blue. That's why I highlight it.
So yeah, I do like that person who organizes and operates a business or businesses. Great, can take on greater risk. Alex says the biggest mistake small business owners make is that they never take off the employee mindset. When you start a business, you are no longer a plumber or a home inspector. You are a lead generation machine that happens to do that task to make money. That is true. That is definitely one of the mistakes that most business owners make, and that's the one where you're working in your business, not on your business, right? You're doing the day to day instead of paying someone to do it, and spend your time marketing and advertising and doing the things that bring the people in the door. You still have to be working in the store and interacting with people, but you need to spend more time growing, thinking, looking at different avenues to grow, right? To add on to whatever services or products you have. And that's really important. But my answer for that is, what's the big mistake is paying themselves. So when a lot of people are running these small businesses, they don't really pay themselves. And I don't know how you run, Alex, but there's so many people I've talked to that they're not paying themselves. Well, we'll get it down the way. I don't want to strap the company for cash. And then all of a sudden the company goes under. They haven't paid themselves a dime, or they're having problems. So now they've got nothing, right? Yeah. They put all the time and energy and effort.
So you're saying the way you just said that, you said the biggest issue is paying themselves.
One of the biggest mistakes that a small business owner, I guess I should have put it a little bit better, is one of the biggest things that a small business owner that's running and making money, mistakes they made is not paying themselves. They keep not paying themselves. Right. They're not,
that's different than what you said.
Well, that's why, I just wanted to re-clarify that. It's just not paying themselves is a big mistake because, you're working. I mean, granted, if you're trying to grow it, you have to have cash to do that, but you also have to take care of yourself because those times are going to come. And there's so many people I talk to that have small businesses that run that way. And I just well, how do you, one, if you need a loan, right? I mean, someone comes to you and they don't pay themselves. They own a business that's $2 million business. But they don't pay themselves. You can't give them money.
If you don't value your own time enough to pay yourself,
right,
then nobody else is going to value.
Regardless of how small it may be, you need to pay yourself out. And that's not the end of the world, but that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see in small business. I was the same way for a while. I didn't, my accountant's like, you need to start taking some money.
Here at DDOE, I pay myself with just
in love
and joy and great comments and shares. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
That's what it chokes me up.
Is that what makes you emotional? All the joy and love and good feels.
That is, and that's something Pete and I argued about all the time when he was around. He was that, nope, throw it back in the business. Nope, throw it back in the business. Nope, throw it back in the business. I'm like, Pete, you spend a lot of time here. I spend a lot of time here. We should pay ourselves for spending a lot of time here. Nope, throw it back in the business. Nope, throw it back in the business. That's how he built his empire on the staffing agency side, and that was his. And we butt heads all the time on that.
Right.
And then I finally talked him into it, and we started cutting he and Mary Catherine, a check, and all of a sudden he started whistling a different tune a little bit and understanding, like, oh, well, that does feel.
Well, you have to give yourself a little bit of something for all the hard work you put in. Granted, you don't want to strap yourself out. I mean,
you don't. Yeah,
that's
it. I pay myself $100,000 a year.
Right.
I only make 10.
Yeah, we only make 10, but I pay right. So obviously there's a fine line. You need to know where you're at, but you need to also value your time, your efforts, and Alex actually put in there, about you doing it just for the money would be a mistake. Well, no, but I mean,
Shayna.
Shayna, sorry, Shayna. When you click on that, it makes it so small for.
Well, see the blue that's highlighted.
Yeah, I
on the
got
right?
you.
There's a big blue one that says Shayna.
Shayna.
Doing it it highlights it really nice. Wow. Right. The reason you're looking at the other one is because you like looking at your legs. You're like, man, my legs look good today.
Yeah, they do look. They look skinny.
Don't read it over there. Read it over there on the right.
Yeah, no, Shayna, you're right. Doing it for the money is wrong. But obviously, we also need to make money, so you have to have that. That has to be one of the criteria, right, of why you're putting yourself into what you're doing every day. It's not the only thing that you do. It's not the only reason you do it. You have to have love, passion. Well, you don't have to have love, but you have to have a passion and a desire to do something. But you also have to make sure you take care of yourself and take care of the bills and take care of your family if you've got a family. Yeah. So money does play into it.
Taking money out of the company, Bob says, is part of the successful exit plan.
Right. Yeah. Slowly but surely. Yep.
And as Alex says, small business owners think their business is worth something. 90% of small businesses are worthless, literally worthless when they're trying to sell. But it's a good run for the people that own it. Yeah. Yeah.
Some are. Absolutely.
I do business because I make money. Otherwise, Taco Bell sounds amazing. Yeah. An entrepreneur, you have to look at it and say, well, I can stay here in the corporate gig doing the same thing. And I love doing what I'm doing. I can stay here in the corporate gig and get paid what somebody thinks I'm worth. Or I can go out and do this same thing for myself and pay me what I think I'm worth.
Right.
Now, the scary part is with a lot of people is I don't have the major medical. I don't have a 401k. We've been sold a bill of goods through being an employee oh man, this stuff I want to stay. Well, somebody's making money off of all that stuff, and you can find insurance for your family that's reasonable now.
Yeah, you can go through health markets with Tim Santos.
Yeah. And the idea is, though, if I fail at my job and get fired, they're a bunch of assholes. They don't know what they got. If I run my business and I fail, I don't have a finger to point at somebody blaming them for my failure.
Well, you do, but you'd be wrong.
Right? Right? And go to any, y'all have been in interviews and or interviewed people. Hey, why'd you leave? It was a difference of opinions. I didn't like the way it was going. My ceiling was limited. I'm going to come in here and be your guy.
Right.
Right. You got fired because you were a jagbag or you didn't do your work.
Right. Yeah. You just didn't fit. Right. And that's a big concern. You'll hear that when I talk to people. You hear that a lot. And that is scary. I mean, insurance is not cheap, right? And if you've got a family, you've got to really suck that up. Even when you're working for a corporation, depending on how big they are, it still costs you a decent amount. You know what I mean?
Shayna, I disagree. You say being an employee has its benefits, like a good night's sleep. No, I think a lot of employees are stressed all the time because am I doing enough to make sure that I get my 3% raise? The stress comes from I'm busting my butt to live paycheck to paycheck. As an employee, that's stress. That's more stressful than it is being out there, being your own boss.
I think so. That's why I couldn't do the corporate world because, every day you go in there, am I going to have a job? What am I doing? Someone else is in control of your future. Even though being a business owner, other people are in control of your future, you have a little bit better handle on it, if you will, making the right decisions and doing your research and figuring out what you need to do and, change up. And when you're working for somebody else, you have to do what they say.
Yeah. But if a small business learns one thing, infinite banking, such a smart strategy. Learn that from our good friend, Phil Pace over at Pace Insurance.
What's infinite banking? I've never heard that one.
Bill Hussey talks a lot about it on Innovative Strategies as well. It's where you are your own bank.
Oh, infinite. Okay, infinite banking. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I call it anyway. We may be thinking of two different things, but I think Phil believes in that same thing. More stressful for those that are entrepreneurs.
Shayna says that from being an employee to a certain point, it's a different type of stress, though, Shayna.
But it's two different mindsets. It's
right.
I like to take risks. I like to take risks, right? However, my wife not so much.
Right. So she talks you back. She holds you back from.
So there's no. My wife is very encouraging, supportive, uplifting. However, she likes to know that every 2 weeks that's going into the bank.
Right.
That amount. That helps her sleep at night. Right. So in my entrepreneurial pushes, it's always I've got something else that makes her happy, right? If I were to leave the banking industry after so many years, it wouldn't bother me at all. I would hustle, I would push, I would run. However, I would have to go home to a wife who is miserable because of her stress of worrying where that month, when's the next
paycheck's coming,
right? So that's why I have become extremely good at being an entrepreneur, because I understand to balance my life. I want to make sure that my wife, right, Alice, is happy and give her the things that make her happy.
Because then you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Right.
But I didn't marry her so I could make somebody miserable. I married her to hopefully make her life better. For the most part, as an owner, you are the maker of your own destiny, whether good or bad. I think, Bob, you are the maker of your own destiny always. However, when you're an employee, you play with other people's egos,
and they're playing by their rules.
And if you were to ask me where a lot of small businesses fail, as Scott did ask that question, I would say small businesses fail at finding people who are better at doing what they're doing than they are. Because if I get somebody who's better at doing that, then I've got Michael Jordan. Right.
But then you don't have to do it. You can move on to something different.
You should always surround yourself with better talent so that you don't have to worry that something's going to get done correctly. You talked early when we talked about all three of your shops getting the best of the Fox about your retail rock stars. Now, you wouldn't call them retail rock stars if they were pieces of crap. You've learned how to put good people who are great at what they do, into your business plan. That's, I think, the number one, because my ego says, well, I should be the best guy. It's my business. No, I want to find a Kobe Bryant. I want to find a Michael Jordan. I want to find an Aaron Rodgers. I want to find a Tom Brady. I want to find somebody for whatever position it is who is the best, who's better than me.
Right. That's the whole idea, is to train somebody to take your job.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you can move on.
Yeah. And hey, listen. It is. We're 2 minutes over.
Uh-oh. Why? What a great day.
Absolutely. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. What they say. You make her happy, Deke, and us miserable.
Don, you guys love each other. It's so good.
That's it. Listen, come back in about a half hour, a little less than a half hour now, for our good friend Phil Wallace. We're going to have Tony in here too from the Reject Rundown. We're going to be talking about bridging civil tension, one of the edgiest shows we have. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your thoughts. I absolutely love. We can carry on about entrepreneurialism next week or whatever. That's why I love the grounds. You never know
what we're going to talk about. Yeah, anything from peanut butter to politics, but no politics. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We love you all. Go out, let people know that they matter. Have a great weekend and enjoy.
There we go.
Hey man, just switch it off. Don't eat it from the trough. Sure, you can stuff your face